Ablazify presents Defining Your Leadership Brand and Narrative. What do people say about you when you're not in the room? Do they describe you as a leader who inspires trust, someone who always brings clarity, or do they struggle to put your impact into words? Here's the truth. Whether you've shaped it intentionally or not, you already have a leadership brand. The question is, are you controlling that narrative, or is it being written for you? Stick with me in this video, because we're going to dive into how you can define, design, and communicate your leadership brand in a way that amplifies your influence and creates lasting impact. Welcome to Ablazify, the place where leaders like you learn how to move from intention to transformation. Today, we'll uncover why your leadership brand matters, how to craft your narrative, and the steps you can take to make sure people experience you exactly the way you want to be remembered. Let's walk through 6 key steps to defining your leadership brand and narrative. Recognize that you already have a brand. Leadership brand is simply the consistent impression you leave on people through your actions, words, decisions, and energy. Maybe you're the leader known for calm under pressure. Maybe you're seen as the visionary with big ideas. Or maybe, unintentionally, you're known as the one who's always too busy to listen. Acknowledging that you already have a brand puts you back in control. You get to decide what to reinforce and what to reshape. 2. Identify your core values and strengths. Every strong brand begins with clarity. Ask yourself, what values do I refuse to compromise on? What unique strengths do I bring to every situation? Write them down. If innovation and integrity are your anchors, your leadership brand should reflect them in everything you do.
When I first became a manager, I was all over the place, trying to be everything to everyone. It wasn't working. My mentor challenged me to name my 3 core values. I chose empathy, accountability, and growth. Once I aligned my leadership narrative with those, people started to actually know what I stood for. It was freeing.
3. Craft your leadership narrative. Your narrative is the story of who you are as a leader, past, present, and future. It's not a resume, it's a story. For example, past, I grew up in small teams where adaptability was survival. Present, that's why today I focus on empowering people to embrace change with confidence. Future, I see my role as building organizations that thrive in uncertainty. A strong narrative shows not just what you've done, but who you are and where you're going. 4. Communicate it consistently. Your leadership brand is not just what you say, it's what you show. Do your meetings reflect your values? Do your emails mirror the tone you want to be known for? Do people leave interactions with you feeling the way your brand promises? Consistency builds trust. Inconsistency breeds doubt. 5. Invite feedback and refine. Here's the kicker. You don't own 100% of your brand. Others experience it, so their perspective matters. Ask trusted colleagues, what 3 words come to mind when you think of me as a leader? If those words don't align with your intended brand, you've got work to do.
I always thought my brand was strategic and approachable. But when I asked for feedback, people said I came across as distant. That hurt, but it was also a gift. I started making small shifts, like being more visible, checking in, and sharing more of my own challenges. 6 months later, the feedback was completely different. My brand felt aligned again.
6. Live the brand, don't just market it. Here's where many leaders go wrong. They treat their leadership brand like a slogan, but people can smell the gap between words and actions. Your narrative must be lived. Valuing transparency means sharing hard truths, not just easy wins. If you say you stand for growth, that means investing in people, not just hitting targets. The strongest leadership brands are authentic. They're not manufactured, they're embodied. Now imagine this. Every meeting you walk into, people know exactly what you bring to the table. They trust your decisions because your values are clear. They follow your lead because your story resonates. That's the power of a defined leadership brand. Here's your call to action. Take 30 minutes this week to draft your leadership narrative. Write down your values, strengths, and the story of where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. Then test it. Share it with someone you trust and ask, does this feel like me? It's a small exercise, but it could change the way you're seen forever. Your leadership brand isn't just about reputation, it's about impact. It's how you're remembered, how you influence, and how you inspire. If this video sparked something for you, hit the like button, drop a comment, and share it with another leader who's ready to own their narrative. And don't forget to subscribe to Ablazify for more practical, inspiring strategies on leadership, growth, and personal development. And turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.